Hello everybody, it's Mimberly and welcome back to the channel. Now today is going to be a just chatting vid. I know, I've gone back to uploading 2 videos a day. There's a reason for this one, okay? So don't you lot go shouting at me. Okay, Love and Deepspace made a post on Twitter this morning, or X, whatever the hell you want to call it, that there's going to be a 4.0 live stream which will be released, bear in mind the live stream's on Friday, and then version 4.0 is going to be released officially on July 3rd. Now, that means that is after the Raphael myth. Now, let's talk about it, because I think Love and Deepspace is in a very strange position at the moment. Now, let me explain before you lot go shouting at me in the comments. As an individual who is affiliated and partnered with Infold for the year until March of 2026, I really enjoy the game. I love the company. I think that where it comes to Love and Deepspace, they are going the right position and they're going the right direction. But the game has got ways to improve. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Love and Deepspace is a gacha game. The whole point of the game is to pull so the company can make money. It's a free-to-play game. We need to understand that if we are going to play Love and Deepspace, there's a high chance that we're either A, going to have to make certain sacrifices, or B, we're going to have to get out our wallets. That's just how it is. That is what Love and Deepspace is for. If the game was not making money, it'd be shut down and then we'd be more upset. So, with that in mind, let me talk about where my position is in the game right now, and please feel free to add your comments and your personal thoughts on what I'm saying, plus your own opinions in the comments. But just please remember, this is a friendly space. I am happy for people to be negative, but not be aggressive. Alright? Disclaimer. So, my personal opinion of Love and Deepspace at the moment, I am really enjoying the game. I love logging in, I love interacting with the love interests every day, but I will admit, as somebody who is privileged, because I have got access to my friend's account where she has every memory and event that has come out in the game, because she's been playing since the game released. Without that backlog of content, and also me as an individual being a content creator, I am beginning to get a little bit stale of the game. Now, again, before you lot attack me, remember, it is my job, or well, one of my jobs, is to play things for your entertainment. This puts time pressure on me. Now, for those of you who don't know, I released my Raphael myth video today. I meant to get this out nearly a week ago, but the video took ages to record. The video took ages to render, and then it also took so fucking long to get posted. I only posted it this morning, and that video is by far my worst performing video when it comes to the myth playthroughs on this channel. Now, granted, the video has only been up for about 8 hours at the time of recording this, but it's only got 200 views. Now, for a lot of content creators, that might be quite a lot of views, but my average is about 500 to 600 views per video. Unfortunately, that is not good. So unless it goes bonkers, it's overnight, the video's not performed anywhere near as well as I would like to, and that makes me upset, because I genuinely think that was probably one of my favorite videos that I've done, at least when it comes to my personal reactions. So if you haven't watched it already, go over and check it out. Highly recommend it. However, there's a few things in the game that does bug the shit out of me. So, for example, I hate how hard it is to level your memories, because you're not just getting the ascension materials to obviously get them from like level 10 to be able to ascend it to level 20, etc. But the amount of level up materials that you need versus what you get using your daily stamina, as somebody who has a free-to-play account and also an account that I do spend money on, being the daily login and things like that, the game is incredibly difficult for me to level up my memories. A lot of my memories are fully reliant on protocors, which means that they're not as high leveled as I would like. I have had to actually consult my friend to basically learn how to do the combat better so I can make better use of the account. And I'm genuinely at the point now where I am stuck on certain orbits because my characters are just not leveled properly. Solus is a tank, he's annihilating, everyone else sucks. I'm currently working on Raphael because I have the God of Tides myth, I've got Abyss Walker, and now I've got the recent myth as well that dropped because I did manage to secure the second card using the crate. So I'm getting to a point now where I'm basically like a Silas / Raphael main, even though truthfully I would rather be maining Zane, but I just don't have as good memories for him right now, which is not a problem. Do I think that we are going to get another love interest in 4.0? No. The reason I say no is because I think it's too soon. Caleb's not been in the game for very long. I think he's still got a much bigger part to play when it comes to the main story. And speaking of story, we'll be covering that in a minute. But with the recent Death and Rebirth release, I genuinely think now is not the right time for Infold to release a new character. I think if they're going to do it, I would personally think they're waiting until 5.0. Now, I want to give the disclaimer, just because I'm affiliated with Infold and I actually have a contract with them, that does not mean that we get any insiders. I can confidently say we don't get told anything. We are just as blind as everybody else. Obviously, we have our own benefits for being affiliated with Infold, but unfortunately, one of them is not sneak peeks. Otherwise, trust me, I would struggle to keep my mouth shut, so it's probably for the best. I want 4.0 to include some, but not limited to, some of the things I'm going to discuss. And this is again where I invite you to form your own opinions and let me know in the comments what you think. First off, either A, the threshold for the memories needs to be reduced, being that mean we need less level up materials to get to a certain memory, or B, they need to either add more stages to, say, Heartbreaker, the loot guy, that sort of thing, or Heartbreaker or Lemonette, or they need to buff up the amount of rewards that we get per clear. Now, I will admit, as somebody who tries to do all my dailies within like 5 minutes per account, because I have 3 different accounts to run, I usually go to Heartbreaker, spam it, and that's it. But that technique is not very good, especially on my main account where I'm still trying to level all my memories. So I feel like I could easily go through 1000 stamina and that won't even get me from level 70 to 80. It is crazy. So I would like Infold to reduce or increase the rewards given by the bounty hunts, or reduce down the level of materials required to get those cards leveled, which will make it more friendly for free-to-play players. Number 2, I would really desperately want either more levels in Abyssal Chaos or another scenario / commission. So if you guys remember in 3.0, we had the Final Farewell added. I am already max level on that, same as Find Tobias. So me doing Abyssal Chaos, the only diamonds I'm getting is from getting new items, new codes, and from, the progression and the nodes from the characters. When you think about the amount of work you've got to put in to get those, it doesn't really pay off when it comes to the number of diamonds you're getting. I feel like you're more beneficial focusing on the actual leveling of your characters, which then you get, diamonds from ranking up your memories and, ascending them, and orbit. Those are the 2 main ways for you to get diamonds right now without you spending money. Now, I do buy the daily login because I do find the extra stamina and the 100 diamonds a day just by logging in and redeeming really useful. But not everybody in Love and Deepspace wants to spend money. And this is where I think that Infold needs to implement a new game mode or a new way for you to grind diamonds. Even if it's, say, for example, like, let's just use Genshin and Honkai Star Rail as an example. Now, disclaimer, this is not me comparing Infold to Hoyoverse. This is me making a pure example for the sake of it. Imagine we could do commissions where, for example, you can send certain colors of memories onto these commissions, which, say, for example, can take 8 hours, 4 hours, or whatever, like in Genshin or Honkai Star Rail. And then when they're done, you can claim them for certain rewards, whether this be gold, diamonds, or level up materials, or a certain ascension material, or maybe, and if you're lucky, you might potentially find an ultra rare item like one of the awakened crystals, something like that. I think something would be a bit more passive. It's another thing for players to keep on top of, but I think for how quick it would probably be to set that up, I do think that would be mutually beneficial for the game. I really desperately want more Silas content. Now, okay, I am biased because I'm a Silas girly. We had a Silas branch in the recent Death and Rebirth, which, was glorious. Chef's kiss. However, since Silas has released a year ago, we have not had a second bond for him, nor have we had another bond for Caleb. Now, for the Caleb girlies, I understand that the reason he's probably not got a second bond yet is because he's not been in the game, in hindsight, for very long. Silas has been in the game for over a year. It would not kill wrong company, Infold. Sorry, because I was thinking about something in Genshin in my head then. It does not, I don't think it would kill Infold to make a second Silas bond. So I would really like to see that. And hindsight, I would also like to see potentially a third bond for Xavier, Zane, and Raphael. I think the bonds are some of the best parts of the game. I think they're a really good introduction to the backstory and the interactions between the MC and the love interest, because the interactions are completely different. And that's one thing that I do love about this game, is that even though they're all kind of the same thing, they've all got such unique personalities, and the MC adapts to each love interest, that I really want to dive more into that. I want to see more of every day with these love interests. Honestly, Silas's bond, I think for me, was a turning point in my channel, because that was complete. That video smashed it out of the park when it came to views for me as a small content creator, and I really honestly loved the Silas bond. I thought it was fantastic. I loved it, and I think a lot of people I know did too. So come on, Infold, make another one, please. It's not going to kill you. Speaking of Silas, when are we getting an exclusive story branch for Silas? We've had one for Xavier. We've had one for Zane. We've had one for Raphael. Where is the Silas one? Where's the Caleb one? I would love another exclusive story branch for Silas. When it comes to banners, I'm very highly certain that the next banner is going to be a multi. It would make sense with the live stream timing. So I would really like a multi banner. I've been seeing a lot about a potential wedding banner. I think that would probably be adapted to like more of like a formal attire, kind of similar to what Raphael was wearing in the Banquet Ablaze card. So that would be really nice to see. And I genuinely want to make sure, personally, if I can get another Silas card, because I haven't really been able to cover much Silas content recently because I've done everything outside of the tender moments and the secret times, I would kill to get some more Silas cards. So, Infold, please, more Silas cards, I'd appreciate. When it comes to the game itself, if I wasn't logging in every day doing my dailies, I would not be touching the game right now, nor would I be playing the backlogs. The reason I keep loving Deepspace on the channel, constant like uploading outdated content, is not just because some people may not have experienced it before, so I don't know, or so they might want to potentially see it, but also the fact that for me, it allows me to see how far Infold have come with this game. I remember playing some of the first memories at release, and those videos taking like 10 to 15 minutes. And then tomorrow's Catch 22, for example, that video was like an hour and a half. Granted, I was being distracted by my Twitch chat at the time because I actually played that one live. However, let's use the flower banner that we had with like, Spring Blossom and things like that with Silas. Those videos alone took over an hour, and those videos did so fucking well that my phone overheated. And I actually had to take a break to let my phone cool down. That's how bad it got. And I love that. I love that these memories are getting longer, because it feels like we're getting more value for money from the cards, which is amazing. I like that we've not, dare I say it, had any problems with VAs. And that we've had no problems with the AI strikes and voice actor problems. And I'm one of those people, I keep the VAs anonymous to myself because out of pure respect for the voice actors. Hey buddy. And I've just been personally really enjoying the game, playing it on a casual basis / as a job from content creation. However, if I was not a content creator, would I be wanting to play Love and Deepspace every day for more than 10 minutes? Probably not. So I think the game does need some things that we can do to make the game more playable on every day. However, that is a double-edged sword, because if you're like me and you're running multiple accounts, you don't really want more to have to do every day. So let me know what you guys think about that. There are a few other things I would like. I would like another quality time, being, for example, maybe we could have like a little nap feature where we can watch the love interest sleep, because none of us would actually sleep with them. We'd all be watching them like fucking hawks, most likely, as creepy as that is going to sound. And I personally as well would like an affinity cap increase. I just hit level 100 with Silas. I'm now working towards 100 with Raphael. So for those of you who are already level 100, I think that would be really, really nice. Now, I'm going to talk about Sleek in particular, because Sleek is one of my channel members. She is also in the Discord server, and she has sent me her personal predictions for 4.0. She is shit at predicting the trailers. She always gets the trailer drops wrong. But looking at what she has put her predictions in, I'm inclined to believe her. So I'm going to share them with you, and then you guys can let us know what you think. Personally, she wants a new quality time, as I said. She affinity capping raise, yeah, same as what I said. I've literally not even looked at this until just now. A max voice line increase, that would be nice. A new cafe background, or maybe a bedroom would be nice. New tete-a-tete options, so yeah, I would like that. I would really like to have an option where you're introducing the love interest to a friend. Because like when me and Retro did our collab video where I introduced him to the Love and Deepspace boys, I said family because he basically is family, and they instantly assumed parent. So maybe going in family, and then, for example, the love interest goes, oh, which family member am I meeting? And it will say something like sister, brother, friend, that sort of thing, or like a close friend, that sort of thing. I think that would be really, really cool. Some kind of main story update, I agree. I do think that's going to be coming. Illusio, that could be an option, even though she has put in brackets, although I feel like they're saving it for when the beach banner comes. I don't know. I mean, Silas and swimming trunks, yes please. New chocolate shop stuff. I do want more chocolate stuff outfits. I love the chocolate outfits. I genuinely think they're some of the best outfits in the game for particular love interests. That's another thing. I would like the cap for the weekly chocolates to be increased, because at the moment I feel like it takes way too long to get a good outfit for a love interest. Personal opinion, and that's if you're hyper fixated on that one, of course. She agrees with me here, whereas I don't think there's going to be a new love interest. It feels too sudden, and we've gotten no hints whatsoever. That too. And a new bond for Silas and Caleb. See, we're twinsies. We know these things. But yeah, that's kind of where I am sitting right now with the Love and Deepspace live stream. Obviously, Friday could completely blow us out the water. I mean, last time we had a live stream, Nightly Rendezvous dropped and my wallet screamed. Hello, keys. He's being silly at the moment. He's on hypers. He's on zoomies. I don't know why. But I'm genuinely pretty curious on how you guys are thinking I'm predicting for 4.0. So please let me know in the comments, and I will be responding to the comments on this one. I'm going to be catching up with my comments because I have fallen a little bit behind. More videos are coming soon. Channel members, remember, will get early access to videos as soon as they become available. Obviously, they've not been getting them recently because I've been behind. But over the rest of this week, and especially this weekend, I'm going to be focusing on catching up, because not next week but the week after. So that's the week commencing the 7th of July. I am actually going to be out of action when it comes to YouTube, because I'm going to be in a different office for a week, which means I got to travel quite far for it. So I'm not going to be on there, so I'll be focusing on resting when I get home. So I'm going to be getting those videos up and ready for that week. So if you haven't already, go join the membership program. It's £2.99 a month, or alternatively, if you don't want to support me via YouTube, you can also support me via Patreon, even though I'm not able to provide as many benefits there. It's an alternative method, and you still get your name on the outro of the video as a thank you for supporting me. There's also a link to my link tree in the description. That's where all my other socials are. I'm trying to be more active on TikTok, Instagram, and eventually will be Twitter too. So if you want to follow me on the other socials, go down there. And yeah, just let me know what you guys thought, and if you want me to do more prediction videos like this, because this is outside of my normal what's the word I'm looking for? It's outside of my comfort zone. I'm not used to just sitting here talking in front of a camera with nothing going on. And honestly, I feel like I blabbed a little bit. Maybe I need to make a bit more of a script next time, I don't know. But I feel like sometimes the best opinions come from me just talking from my own heart. I'm not reading off of a screen. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this as much as I did making it. But on that note, I have got I've got a tender moments to go react to, if that's a potential teaser for tomorrow's video. And I've also got a Baldur's Gate video to upload, so I'm going to go focus on that. Have fun, guys, and I'll, let me know. I'll speak to you soon. And I'm doing a collab with somebody on Friday, so see you then.